Hi everyone, it's NZ Tech Freak here, this time bringing you a video for my own blog, which is androidnz.net. And today what I quickly wanted to show you was something that perhaps lots of you won't yet be aware of or have seen elsewhere on the internet. If you've been keeping on top of your mobile news in the last week or two, some of you may have seen that Sandisk announced these 64GB micro SD cards, and these are based on the new XC specification, and in the fullness of time that tiny little card there will be able to hold up to 2 terabytes of data. At the moment they're limited to 64 gigs, and I have one here with me now. Now, according to Sandisk, very few devices will be compatible with these cards at the present time, and certainly that's initially true with the Galaxy S2. When you first put the card in, the Galaxy S2 will give you a message saying that the card is damaged, but if you just simply disregard that, go into settings and format the card in the Galaxy S2, it will reformat it from its default format, which is exFAT, to the format that the Galaxy S2 can read, which is FAT32, and from that point on the Galaxy S2 will recognise 59.5 gigs of storage space available and can use all of it. So I've been using it on my phone all day today, after loading 47 gigs of stuff onto the card, including a full backup of my previous 32 gig card, and I've not had any worries whatsoever. So I'm just going to pop the card in the Galaxy S2 now. I'm just going to power that on and give it just a few seconds to power up and to let the media scanner run and so forth. I'm just going to pop that down there while that happens. And while that's going, just perhaps to explain a few other things and some of the other things that I've been testing with the card today. And I guess the first thing is to say that it's not unique to the Galaxy S2 that it's able to run with this card. I've also tried this in my HTC Sensation, which is a pure stock device, unlike the Galaxy S2 that you can see here with its custom boot animation. So the Sensation, which is stock, also works with this card perfectly well. And even last year's Samsung flagship, the Galaxy S1, running on Froyo, is able to work with the card. So it's able to work across multiple manufacturers and versions of the Android OS. And now the device is powered up, and you can see in the top corner here the media scanner is running. If we bring up the device, the media scanner is still running. If we actually jump into settings and scroll down to storage, you can see hopefully that there is 59.5 gigs of total storage, of which I have only 11.5 gigs remaining. Just to briefly show that for things like media it's working just fine. It's able to play media from anywhere on the card, also able to play video, it's able to record camera photos and HD video to the card, and in fact the camera application is the only area at all where I've yet found any problem, and it's a pretty small and forgivable one. Basically the camera app is unable to tell you how many photos you have remaining or how many minutes of video you have remaining for the given storage. So besides that, it's been running perfectly in this device all day. I've had it for a period in both an HTC Sensation, and it works perfectly there too, and also in Samsung's flagship device from last year, the Galaxy S1. And when I can find the proprietary charging cable for my Asus Transformer tablet, I'll also have to confirm whether or not it works in that. So if you're listening, Asus, please stop using proprietary connections. I could have been showcasing your device in this video if only you'd done that. Anyway, just to end on a positive note, 64 gig micro SD cards under the new XC specification are working in current devices, and given that it works in multiple devices from different manufacturers and different versions of the OS, and even a device as old as one from sort of mid last year, my suspicion is that these cards are much more widely compatible than Sandisk have so far led us to believe. And if you're wanting any more details on the card and my experience with it, you can head to the blog. It's androidnz.net. I've got a bit more write-up and explanation there, and also some benchmarks to show the read and write speeds for the card in comparison to my previous 32 gig class 2 card. So that's NZ Tech Freak signing out for androidnz.net.